Namaste everyone. Anybody that is sitting in the back, we kindly request you to come to the first 4 rows. Dhanyavad. Once again, anybody that is sitting in the back rows, you may come up to the front 4 rows. Thank you.
Namaste everyone, and welcome to the 18th Hindu Mandir Empowerment Council and the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference. My name is Rinika Bansal,
And my name is Mayuresh Muskat.
and we're so excited to be your MCs for this conference. It is an honor and privilege to be here with you all today, and we look forward to hearing many intellectual, informative, and powerful sessions.
mission of HMEC is building, preserving, and strengthening Mandirs in North America. HMEC offers Mandir executives, priests, Hindu community leaders, and scholars a great opportunity to learn from one another, to grow as one, and to listen to each other's stories, opinions, and experiences.
Now, let us commence this auspicious gathering by requesting all the priests present to come forward for the Deep Prajwalan and to lead us in prayers.
Namaste. Welcome to 18th Hindu Mandir Empowerment Council and 12th Hindu Mandir Press Conference. To invite our host Manoj Chopra ji, DFW Hindu Temple, as well as his committee members for the Deep Prajwalan. Dr. Prakasha Rao ji, please come on the stage, bless us with the Deep Prajwalan. Bhakti Rakshak Swami ji, please come on the stage for the Deep Prajwalan. Ranjan Ben Inamdar from Brahma Kumari, please come on the stage for the Deep Prajwalan. Okay, ji.
OP members here or BOT members, if you're here, please join in. PC members, OP members, BOT members. Manoj bhai. Gita, please come.
इंद्र बृहस्पति स्वस्ति पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति रक्षारक्षो अरिष्टदेवीः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु मारुतः प्रश्नेमतः सौभञ्जावानो विदधे पूजकमाया अग्निर्जिह्वा मानवाः सूरचक्षतो विश्वेनो देवा अवसागमन्येह मतराङ्कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवा भद्रा माक्षाविरजाजतराः धीरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवाकृतस्तानो निर्व्याते मयि देवाहितं जरायुः शतवेन्नो शरदो अन्तिदेवा जतरानशकराजरशन्तनो पितारो भवन्ति मानो मदयारीरिकता युरगन्तो
क्षभिर्यजत्रा स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठु दशनो स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो अश्वः ॐ शान्ति अजोदिताय अजोदितास्यै आजेन नमो वाजे नमो वाचस्पतये नमर्षभ्यो मन्द्रगर्भ्यो मन्द्रपदेभ्यो मामृषय मन्द्रपद मन्द्रपदय वरदुर्माहमृषे मन्त्रकृत मन्त्रपदीन् वरादां वैश्वदेवी वाचमुद्याजगं शिवमदस्तां जुष्टां देवेभ्यः शर्म मेभ्यो शर्म पृथिवी शर्म विश्वमिदं जगत् कर्म चन्द्रश्च सूर्यश्च शर्म ब्रह्म प्रजापति भूतं वदिष्ये भुवनं वदिष्ये तेजो वदिष्ये यजो वदिष्ये तमो वदिष्ये ब्रह्म वदिष्ये सत्यं वदिष्ये तस्मादमुपस्तरणमुपस्तरणं मे प्रजाये पशूनाम् प्रजाये पशूनां भूयासं प्राणानामुद्या पादं प्राणापानो मामाहासिष्ठं मधुमनिष्ये मधुजनिष्ये मधुवक्ष्यामि मधुवदिष्यामि मधुमतीन् देवेभ्यो वाचमुद्यासगं शुश्रूषेण्यामनुष्येभ्यस्तं मा देवा अवन्तु शोभायै वितरोऽनुवदन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
उत माता मातो तोत माता महिषं महिषं मातो तोत माता महिषं माता महिषं महिषं माता माता महिषमन्वनु महिषं माता माता महिषमनु महिषमन्वनु महिषं महिषमन्ववेन दवेन दनु महिषं महिषमन्ववेनद् अन्ववेन दवेन दन्वन्ववेन दवी अभी अवेन दन्वन्ववेन दवी वेन दवी अवेन दवेन दवी वात् वामि अवेन दवेन दवी वात् अवीत् वात् वामि अवीत् वा जगति जगति वामि अवीत् वा जगति अमी इत्यमी त्वा जगति जगति त्वा जगति पुत्र पुत्र जगति पुत्र पुत्र जगति जगति पुत्र देवा देवा पुत्र जगति जगति पुत्र देवा पुत्र देवा देवा अथा प्रवेद प्रवेद था तब प्रवीद अथा प्रवीद वृत्रम् अप्रवेद वृत्रम् दत्तम प्रवेद अप्रवेद वृत्रमिन्द्र प्रवेद वृत्रमिन्द्रः वृत्रमिन्दो हरिश्चन हरिश्चन्द्रो वृत्रम् वृत्रम् हनिष्ठन् सखे सखे हनिष्ठन् सखे विष्णु विष्णु सखे हनिष्ठन् हनिष्ठन् विष्णु सखे सखे विष्णु विददं विददं विष्णु सखे सखे विष्णु विददं विष्णु विददं विददं विष्णु विष्णु विददं विददं विष्णु विष्णु विददं विष्णु विष्णु विददं 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 विक्रमस्पत्रमस्पतिददं विददं Pisaramiti Pitaram. Jajatam Dogdhe dhe Narbodha Nadvana Jottapte Purandharjo Jajasto Rathestha Sabhejo Juvas Jajamanasya Vedo Jajatam Nikame Nikame Napachanyo Varashadu Halinjo Na Oshadaya Pachandayo Kakshemo Nakalpadam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Vavate Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvijavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
What a blessed beginning to our conference. Now, we'd like to invite HMEC convener Srimati Vallabha G. Tantri and President of DFW Hindu Society, Shri Manoj G. Chopra, to welcome the HMEC attendees.
Namaste and greetings. The DFW Hindu Temple. It's my honor and a special welcome to HMEC as well as VHP of America and many leaders, representative devotees, priests across North America. Today, what we just had was so mesmerizing, so many priests together chanting. That was amazing. Give them one more hand. Is a symbol of our collective commitment to knowledge, support one another in fulfilling our dharmic journey. And when the temples come together, we multiply in the strength, in culture, that traditions that will thrive for generations to come for our children and grandchildren. So, mandirs are not the only place of worship. Place we gather together, bring community awareness, also bring seva. So even at our Vidya Vikas, here, our temple, we have education, helping our next generation. We have several community activities that are happening besides prayer and traditions and rituals. So this is where we want to congregate together and learn from each other. And as we do that, essentially this is becomes the place when we learn and we look at each other's. Just I saw how the chanting was done. There's a learning from each other, and this event is essentially for learning for each other. So as we gather, I would like to thank our Our temple team here who have been working tirelessly on the logistics side as well as the VHP, we had numerous calls. Hope you enjoyed this event and let this conference become a platform for temples to collaborate as well as empower one another. And united we can ensure temple remain a strength and a place of faith, seva and cultural pride. Thank you.
Yeah, this was just coincidence. We are both color coordinated. So kudos to Manoj ji on that. Namaste everyone. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. It is with great enthusiasm and humility that I welcome you all to the 18th Hindu Mandir Empowerment Council Conference and the 12th Hindu Mandir Priest Conference. Coming from a priest family, I consider it as a heartfelt duty and a profound privilege to be part of this HMEC program team for the last 10 years. This event actually coincides with the second death anniversary of my beloved mother. And I feel her guiding presence and blessings as I undertake this sacred responsibility of serving as HMEC convener. The theme is Hindu Diaspora, Mahakumbh of Sanatana tradition. Just like the Kumbh Mela, which united millions in spiritual harmony, he also aspires to bring together temples, Hindu organizations, Gurdwara organizations, Buddhist organizations across North America, transcending the regional, the linguistic, and the sectarian boundaries under the shared banner of our sacred tradition. HMEC serves as a platform of thought leadership, meaningful dialogue, and collective action. I do extend gratitude volunteers of VHP America Dallas chapter for their unwavering support. Their dedication and tireless efforts are the true backbone of this conference. We extend our deepest gratitude to all of the volunteers here, our sincere gratitude to all given us guide. We are eternally delegates. Meaningful event. Thank you so much and welcome. We are you having 54 speakers across 9 moderators, 6 MCs. So it's metrics that you all will, remember at the end of the 3 days for collective action.
Thank you, Vallabhaji and Manojji, for your grace. Now, we would like to call up Amitabh.
Namaste. Amitabh Mittal. I have a very serious message I want to share. Before coming here 3 days ago, the horrific incidents keep on happening. I would like, and in this Dallas city, just not far from us, a very young man brutally murdered. I would like everyone to please stand for a 30-second silence in remembrance, and as a Hindu gathering, to send a message to our mind and our hearts that there be peace everywhere. So in memory of what is happening, calm, bring peace to the universe, not just earth, universe. We shall pray for 30 seconds, silently.
Thank you, Amitabh-ji. Next, we would like to invite Shri Vigyanji Diwal, the HPA DFW Chapter President, to say. Next, we'll have Murali-ji to come up and give us the Shanti Mantra. As he's coming up, this is a reminder for everyone to keep their phones on silent. Thank you.
यं वैदिका मन्त्रदृशः पुराणाः इन्द्रं यमं मातरिश्वानमाहुः वेदान्तिनो निर्वचनीयमेकम् यं ब्रह्म शब्देन विनिर्दिशन्ति शैवायमीशं शिवयित् यं वैष्णवा विष्णुरिति स्तुवन्ति बुद्धस्तथार्न इति बौद्धजैना ततश्री अकालेति च सिद्धसन्तः शास्तेति केचित् कचित् कुमारः स्वामीति मातेति पितेति भक्त्या यं प्रार्थयन्ते जगदीशितारम् स एक एव प्रभुरद्वितीयः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्पर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि रतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ द्यौ शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिराप शान्तिरोषधया शान्तिवत्नस्पतया शान्ति विश्वे देव शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वगं शान्तिरेव शान्ति साम ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Thank you, Murali ji. Next, we'd like to invite Vigyan ji Gotewal, HPA DFW Chapter President, to say a few words about
Namaste and Jai Shri Ram to all. Jai Shri Ram. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you all to such a grand and great event that's happening first time ever in Dallas City. Years ago, we formed a chapter in that. We couldn't imagine anything like this. So many great things have happened from Ram Mandir, Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya, and getting the Ram Lala Murti here in Dallas area and in entire America. That was the biggest accomplishment in 500 years, and we were privileged with you all to participate in that holy moment. So thank you for all that, and it gives me goosebumps to bring religious leaders and temples together under one roof so we can be united, work under the same agenda, collaborate and cooperate with each other, work together under the similar or same like Vatican way, where we all are one team together. We are one group of people together that represent Hindutva. So with that, I welcome you and hope after these 2 days of conference, 3 days of conference, we'll come with a unified message and working partnerships, exchange everybody's numbers and have the ability to communicate with each other. Where our role comes as a BHPA team member, I offer my humble services that as a servant I will be available. My team will be available, our team, the Dallas team will be available to help out in any of that coordination, cooperation, any difficulties that are facing to come together and serve the Hindu community. And we have to have a reach out to in political arena as well to congressmen, Washington and all that to show how strong we are together as one unit. Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you, Vigyanji. Without further ado, let us begin the first session of today's conference. We would like to invite the moderator, Sri Sudarshanji Pasupuleti, a full-time professor at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, who holds a PhD in social work from Osmania University. With over 30 years of academic and administrative experience, he has led programs, published research, directed age-friendly RGV, earned the NAP SWI Lifetime Achievement Award, and served in national professional leadership roles. Let's get a round of applause for the panelists of this session.
Good evening. Once again, welcome all of you to the wonderful conference. Let me begin with this. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsacha Nuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bhakti. The title of this session is wonderful. It's a comprehension of Sanatan tradition. Great way to begin this conference. Let me invite our panelists who are going to speak in this particular session. Let me first invite all of you. Hitin Bhuta, please come out with answers. Okay. Sri Hitin Bhuta from Florida, an author of more than 12 books on Advaita Vedanta, is author of Sakar, which has built 11 temples, 31 schools, 11 libraries in rural Gujarat, and Cyberbank, America's largest technology company serving 2,000 hotels, and IIT Mumbai and IIM Ahmedabad student. He promotes Hindu unity. The second, Sri Upendra Shelar. Upendra Shelar is a local chapter coordinator of HOMA and VHP initiative. He lives in the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And next panelist is Sri Geetesh Desai. Geetesh Desai is a licensed professional engineer and a senior principal engineering consultant in oil and gas. Has volunteered in Texas for over 4 decades. Former Seva Houston president from 2017 to 2024. He now leads Seva Dallas. He also heads the MSU Baroda Alumni Association Foundation. Serves as IAPAC's board and has received national and community honors. Next, Sri Rangapuri Das. Sri Rangapuri Das trained in science, philosophy, anthropology, yoga, and Vedic sciences. Holds Shastri Vaibhava degrees from Vedic University and a PhD in anthropology. Inspired by Prabhupada and Puri Thakur, he translated the Ramayana into Spanish and former ambassador to OAS. He is an invited professor at multiple universities. Next panelist, Sri Kiran Chukkapalli. Kiran Chukkapalli began his work in 2009 by bringing electricity to 55 villages in India that previously had none. Under his leadership, his team, Think Peace, launched various welfare programs focused on rural and urban development. And last, not the least, Sri Suresh Lohia. Suresh Lohia, director of Irvin Hindu Mandir in Irvin, California, has decades of experience in writing and speaking on Hinduism. A certified Dharma ambassador by HAF and HSS, he serves Hindu organizations through various activities. After executive roles in Bharat, he worked 2 decades with US non-profit serving the disabled. Thank you all, the panelists. So now first I invite Sri Hiten Bhuta to give his remarks at this.
Hello. My Dandvat Sashtang Pranam to all the enlightened beings present here. I need your blessings because all of you are the living mandirs, living temples in which the divine energy is present. As Lord Krishna says in Gita, Mama Yuvansho Jiva Loke. Or we have this Mahavakya, Tattvam Masi. You are manifesting God, that divine energy at this very moment. I seek your blessings. Give you very few words. On 7th October 2011, Sunday, in Stanford, California, over 1,000 people, all the top CEOs of United States, political leaders, they gathered in a church. One man has passed away, and that man impacted billions in the world. And in that memorial service on that day, 1,000 copies of a book by a Hindu monk, Yoganand Ji, and the book was Autobiography of Yogi, was distributed to the guest as a last message of this man, and his name was Steve Jobs. I imagine a founder of Apple, he created iPhone, iPad. Why would he distribute? Why would he say in his will distribute this Hindu book? What? He's a man of technology. I am a man of technology. I had a global technology company. And I also want to thank Gaurang Vaishnovji. He is my neighbor from Tampa, for inspiring me to be part of BHPA, and Tejal Ben Shah for encouraging me. And these are all scholars. I'm from a software field. Steve Jobs is from a software. He's a founder of kind of revolution. He distributed the Hindu book. Why? Imagine, what would be the reason? When he was 19 years old, he came to India. He went to a mandir. He stayed in a mandir. And he writes, at that place, he accessed, he connected with something which is out of this world. And he felt inspired. And he set up this company. And when Facebook wanted to grow, he advised Mark Zuckerberg to go to that temple. What is a temple? Mandir. So there are 30 million servers with billions of information in United States right now. Those signals are here. Right now everything is here. But you need a Wi-Fi to connect to that vast knowledge in 30 million servers. A simple Wi-Fi can connect you to the whole of knowledge of the world. Mandir is our ancient Wi-Fi. It connects us to the infinite, invisible knowledge and energy. So we go to Mandir. And then we have 4 kinds of mandir that I see in our Hindu tradition. One is this natural sun and moon. It cannot be destroyed. It is visible. And we got home mandir. We got mandir which are temporary. 20 million Ganpatis were set up in the world this time. 20 million. Temporary mandirs. And then we got this big mandir like Somnath. And all of you you are upholding the Hindu dharma and tradition through the managing the mandirs. Because people might not have read Veda or Upanishad, but everybody has gone to mandirs. So thank you very much. I thank VHPA, HMEC, Balbaji, Tejalben, and everybody for encouraging and inspiring me to be here. It was really an honor to be with all of you. Thank you very much.
Now I invite Shri Upendra Shelarji.
Namaste everyone. Jai Shri Ram. My name is Upendra Shilar. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We proudly call Pittsburgh as a blissburg because Pittsburgh city is blessed with many mandirs and also great leaders and guiders. One of them is here, Sri Sanjay Ji Mehta. And under his leadership and guidance, we have started a local initiative called as HOMA. HOMA stands for Hindu Organizations and Mandirs Assembly. It's a VHPA initiative at the local level. So again, so the purpose of this HOMA is we feel that it is time that we strongly focus on coming together and address the needs and challenges that mandirs are facing in today's world. One of the key objectives of establishing HOMA is to so networking is one of the key objectives. We believe that unified thinking that is deeply rooted and based on the spirituality which we all possess is possible if we come together, and also create a collaborative platform that reaches out to all the spiritual, cultural and linguistic organizations. So basically, when we come together and provide a platform to disseminate the message of Sanatana Dharma, and by coming together, we are trying to have a meaningful dialogue, understand the challenges that are being faced by all the mandirs and also any dharmic organizations in today's world. And one of the key challenges that we see today is the sustainability in outside of America, and also the challenge of keeping the second generation and youth, keeping them engaged with all of your organizations. So we have so it's like a mini HMEC like what we have today here. So in HOMA, we invite all the mandirs. We have all the flavors of mandir, like the famous Sri Venkateshwara Mandir, Swami Narayan Mandir, Hindu Jain Mandir, Chinmaya Mission, ISKCON, Swadhyay Parivar, HSS, Seva International, and many organizations that are working for the welfare of Hindu Dharma. And what we do is we come together, identify the key challenges that are being faced at the local level, and we pick 2 or 3 objectives, or 2 or 3 items that we want to work over the period of a year. Because what happens here in HMEC, we come once a year and then we go back. So if we don't meet often, then probably we are not able to achieve much. But we try to meet quarterly at the local level, and we have a big bang like the annual conference where we invite everybody and then we try to review what we have achieved in the past 1 year. And we also try to decide the agenda for the upcoming year. And then we try to have some the checkpoints to see what we have achieved so far. We also try to reach out to the local community leaders or civic officials like the police officers, FBI, and also civic officials. We meet them, and by doing so, we're trying to achieve the coordination and building the connection with the local community. So I would like to request all of you, so when you go back, and one of our goal, like the reason why VFPA has given me an opportunity to talk about HOMA here today is because we want the HOMA to be started in every city where we have the Hindu presence. So you can meet me right after this conference in breaks or tomorrow or day after tomorrow or wherever you want, and I will be there to help you out, to share all the ideas, and I will provide all the support that you need to start HOMA in your own city. Thank you.
Thank you, Upendraji. And next speaker, the panelist is Shri Hitesh Desai. I have one suggestion for the panelists. They can't see the presentation. Is it possible to turn that monitor this side? Yeah. Thank you.
President of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad of America, Srimati Tejal Shahji, the chief guest of the event today, the convener of this conference, Srimati Vallabha Tantriji, the DFW Ekta Mandir President, Manoj Chopra ji, and he's also our host, convener, honorable delegates and community leaders, distinguished guests, brothers and sisters. Namaskar. At the outset, I would like to congratulate and commend the VHPA and HMEC for organizing this conference in Dallas, especially at the Ekta Mandir. It is my distinct honor and privilege to represent Seva International at this conference. With profound humility and gratitude, I share my views about Seva and what and how Hindu temples could engage in Seva activities to make a positive impact, in addition to wonderful work you all are doing. First, let me give you some background information about Seva International. Seva International is a Hindu faith-based humanitarian charity service organization. Seva International has served in the US since 2003. We have over 45 chapters in the country, and we operate in approximately 30 countries. Our mantra is, together we serve better. Seva International is among the top 10 donor-supported non-profit organizations in the United States. It is a 4-star rated with a 100% score for accountability and transparency from Charity Navigator. Friends, in Hindu way of life, there is a great emphasis given to Seva, selfless service. There is a verse in our literature that beautifully describes charity, compassion, and the philosophical concept of living for the greater good, which is central to Hindu philosophy and Indian culture. It is the embodiment of Hindu ideals. Paropakaraya phalanti vrikshaha, paropakaraya vahanti nadyah, paropakaraya duhyanti gavah, paropakartham idam shariram. It suggests that just like trees, rivers and cows naturally serve others, humans should also live for the well-being of others. The sloka encourages selfless service by drawing parallels with nature. Drawing on insight from recent initiatives and broader trends, here are actionable steps people can take to better serve the community at large, with a focus on inclusivity, engagement, and impact. Many temples already offer yoga classes which attract diverse participants due to yoga's universal appeal as Hinduism's gift to humanity. They also partner with Seva for Yoga for Stop Diabetes movement. Youth engagement. Seva does many events with kids and youth in collaborating with temples for environmental awareness programs including stress reduction, tree planting, paint a bag program for reducing plastic bags. Promote community service and outreach. Temples can initiate or expand community service programs such as food banks, health clinics, or operating shelters during disasters. We lack in that area as a community. To serve both Hindu and non-Hindu communities. Hindus are compassionate and our message should resonate loud and clear among diverse groups. The Hindu temple of DFW is already doing number of service activities partnering with Seva International. As for example, food drives at the temple premises once a month, quarterly blood drive. Every year we have a community-wide food drive called Seva Diwali, in which all local temples plus the Hindu community members donate canned food and box food for needy people. Sri Raghunath Temple partners with Seva for mental health workshops. Volunteer opportunities. Encourage volunteerism to your devotees. Temples can create structural volunteer programs for parks and community cleanups, meal services or educational outreach to engage diverse groups. The Haveli Temple in Coppell, Texas partners with Seva International in monthly park cleanup drives that we do and sandwich drives for homeless. During Hurricane Harvey in Houston, over 42 Hindu temples and community organizations came together with a pool of 1,250 volunteers. Raise awareness on social issues. Seva offers family services with case management, including marital problems, domestic violence, death and bereavement, and transporting remains to a chosen location directed by the family. Temples can direct these issues to Seva International and provide volunteers to help community members on deathbed for reading the Bhagavad Gita or other scriptures. I'm running out of my time, so in closing, by implementing empowerments and strategies, Hindu temples in vibrant community hubs that not only preserve Hindu culture but also inclusivity and thank you and namaste.
Now I invite Sri Rangapuri Das ji to give his presentation.
Namaskar, Ram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki jai. Okay, thank you very much for this invitation. It's a great honor. I Dandavat Pranams to you all. Although the title is a Spanish translation of Ramayana, one of the main things I want to bring awareness is that Ramayana is not limited to India. And Vedic knowledge is not limited not only to India, not only to this world, but actually is originated beyond this world, in the spiritual world, and means for every inhabitant. So God is, even beyond these universes. So we should understand from that perspective the content. Just as a sample, Lord Ram is worshipped with different names. Probably you're aware of the Greek classics, like the Odyssey is a retelling of the Ramayana in Greek language, and also the Russian Rusmila Lyudmila, and different stories that are being told in the mankind of the Ramakien. And originally that was thought to have influence only in Asia, but it's actually all over the world. And you can see also some images in America and other places in the world. For example, if we focus here, You know that the Celtic people were living in Europe, and they used to burn also the bodies, and that ritual is called sati, just like in Sanskrit, sati is called. So that was happening in Europe before. Then you can see the Incan Empire used to worship Sitaram as well with different names, like Manco Capac, Mamaohio. If you've seen the pyramids in Egypt, the main one is the Sphinx. The Sphinx is Lord Nishingadev. Actually, some people think it's a cat because they don't understand old history. But you know, the avatar Nishinga is also worshipped in the oldest ruins in South America, the Pumapunku, 15,000 years old. You can find at the right the man-lion statue there with Prahlad Maharaj. And there is also the Heliodorus column, so the Greeks did so. You can find the pyramids in Central America doing the same thing. The Kalasasaya temple, that's a replica of the Kailash temple. And all these are millennia old, and it was proved by this Kon-Tiki expedition. Maybe you're aware, this Norwegian scientists travel from South America to Asia just in a boat that had all the conditions in the past boats. And even the boat called catamaran is coming from Karnataka up to South America. And that word has been adopted not only in Spanish but in English and all over the world. Catamaran is a word coming from India, as the vessels that were coming from there to different parts of the world. Maybe also people is not aware of Christianity having its roots also in the Vedic culture. I don't know how aware are you of Christianity, but Jesus was not born with that name. You know, he was born as Emmanuel, and then when he was 12 years old, he went to Jagannath Puri and was initiated as Isha. So Isha is told in different names as Jesus, Jesus, or Joshua, but actually his name is Isha, and Krishna is told by the Greeks as Christo. So Jesus Christ is actually Isha Krishna, but it's adapted. And you will find the same thing in different cultures and religions. And if you go to this museum in Singapore, you're going to see that all the nations in the world actually are rooted in Bharat, and especially in Aryabharta, and are based in the Vedic knowledge. So there's some more, right? Okay, now Sanskrit, if you see this green, all these places speak a language, even what we're talking right now, although they're called Indo-European, is actually coming from Sanskrit. So all these languages were originated in the Vedic version in the beginning. So most of the world and most of the cultures are based in the Vedic. And even if you see in Spain, because we're talking about Spanish, you can see that even the customs look quite similar, and the dances and even the sounds. So it's just new versions of the old Vedic culture. And I think we have one last. You can move the slides. Is there somebody moving the slide? Okay, thank you. Well, sorry, the slide didn't come this. But I don't know if you've seen this image before. I'll just take 30 seconds. To the left, this is the meeting of the main scientists of the world. 17 of those are Nobel Prizes, including Einstein. And in 1927 in Convent, Brussels, they were presented with the Vedic knowledge. So even the atomic energy is coming from the Atma. Maybe it's not well spread, but actually all this influenced the world. And well, you're well aware of Prabhupada, that Prabhupada translated these books into English, not only translated those, but made the Hindu dignity be known all over the world and bringing interest and concern to give importance to the Vedic knowledge and the Vedic culture. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Now let me invite Sri Kiran Chukkapalli to speak on the topic 7 Decades Silent Refugee Crisis.
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय श्री राम. My dear bandhus, my fellow Hindu activists, and most importantly, all the Hindus that have been suffering horrible life in Pakistan and Bangladesh and still living amongst us as Hindus, I bow to all of them. And I stand in front of you today with a very heavy heart and a deep sense of duty. Hira, March 2018, after celebrating her puberty as an 11-year-old girl, was sleeping on the shoulders of her father, from where at the stroke of midnight she was kidnapped, kept in a madrasa, and next day when the parents and the villagers went to the police station, the SHO, the head of the police station, have shown Hira's father, 11-year-old girl's father, a picture of Hira naked with her head clutched into her knees, with many men around her with just their legs shown. The father gave up. The villagers gave up. After 2.5 months, the little Hira was thrown in front of the village as if she was a sack of meat after abusing her. The villagers of Mirpur Khas, Pakistan Sindh province, were in absolute confusion whether to be happy that the girl child have come back home or to see her in the situation she was in. And the bigger confusion was how come she even returned to the home. For the record of VHP's HMEC, I confirmed this after deep research that 1,342 girls between the age of 11 to 16 goes missing every year in Sindh province of Pakistan alone. That is 3 girls a day. By the time we are done with this conference, that will be 9 little Hindu girls that will be going missing, converted or married off. In the evening, the father got the message why she came back. The call was from a guy called Miyamitu, a monster. He told them that you have been fighting for these missing Hindu girls and we have been waiting for your girl to hit the puberty. Especially in 2012, in the case of Wrinkle Kumari, you can all Google her, you have almost won the case for your kafirs. Since then you have been the target. Now you keep crying that you don't have any sort of information or proof that we have been doing this to girls. Today you have your own daughter. We haven't even cleaned her. I'm repeating, we haven't even cleaned her. The evidence is in front of you. Do what you have to do. Just as he warned, we couldn't do anything. There was never justice for her. The video went around in the WhatsApp images for a few days, and that's it, it died. This is the story of our people across the borders for decades now. And after enduring so much of persecution, they only look at one land that they can come to, Bharat. Not as outsiders, not as strangers, as the children of the mother herself, Bharat Mata. In Bharat, yes, they are safe, but there are absolutely no rights. In 2018, I started researching on the Hindu refugees. Between 2 COVIDs, I have done 13,000 kilometers of Bharat Refugee Yatra on a bike, went to each and every Hindu home. Only 10% of our people had toilets. 17 families were using one toilet. Children were walking 6 to 13 kilometers in the desert heat of Jaisalmer to go to schools. Women were walking 4 hours every day just to collect twigs to cook the food. not a single Hindu refugee home had electricity in their homes. I have realized that yes, our people are safe from violence in Bharat, but they are not free from fear. Any minute their life could be stripped away. So then we had a two-dimension plan. Number one was to socio-economically uplift our people. Today, in the same camps, two families use one bathroom. Not a single child walks to the school because we have created cycles, or we have given them schools. Over 100 schools are built, and not a single woman goes out. And April 8, 2024, not a single Hindu refugee home that we have come across lives in darkness. We have lit up every home with solar power light. And the second and the most important is the policy. This has to end. We don't want to serve our people. We want to liberate them. For this, we need all of your support. We introduce Indic Refugee and Rights Bill, wherein as and when a displaced Hindu has to come to Bharat, they should find a home. They cannot go through this torture anymore. So hence, I need all of your support to take this into the Parliament of Bharat. And when it goes to the Parliament of Bharat, we will be opposed by every opposition. Everyone will try to shame Bharat. We need to stand united. And one last thing I want to share. I'm not telling anyone, but this is my experience as a Hindu activist. Every time I reached out to temples, I hear this. Oh, this looks like activism, Kiranji. This looks like politics, Kiranji. We cannot be involved. This is not politics. This is our people. The Ram Lalla, Krishna Bhagwan, Durga Mai are the warriors who have fought against injustice. When one of our women's modesty is tested, we created Ramayana and Mahabharata, and that is our bloodline. And today, 1,342 girls goes missing. We don't even know about it. So this is something we need to ask. Like Swatantra Veer Savarkar ji said, if there is a trouble with one Hindu, it is the trouble of all Hindus. I tell this to my volunteers. I just say this, let us detach ourselves even from the desire of personal moksha, personal liberation. Serve Hindus as a duty without any cravings. This to me is the new generation of Hindu. Dhanyavad. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you so much, HMEC, for giving me this opportunity. And we have a photo exhibit and all the photos there. So all of you can please join us and we will discuss there. Siyavara Ramachandra ki. Namah Parvati Pade. Dhanyavad.
Let me invite the final panelist, Sri Suresh Lohiaji, to speak on the topic of My Mandir programs. How different?
Namaste. And I greet you in the name of Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna and Durga Mata. Why? Because they are weapons. They are the Shakti. They tell us of Shakti and nothing else. Now let me tell, they already introduced me. I am simply an ordinary person in the company of extraordinary people over here. Right? Okay. Now our mandirs, we all know, they are our last visible surviving centers of Hindus. Last visible surviving centers for Hindus. Whatever we say, our identity, our heritage, our unity, our cultural life, our dharma of 10,000 years and all, these are the only places. Now, what happens? Every time changes happen. Changes happen in the circumstances, in the yugas. We were in Satyuga, now we are in Kali Yuga. So we have to change our thinking from Satyuga to Kali Yuga if we have to survive in Kali Yuga, right? That is important. So Om Shanti, will only come when Om Shakti is there. So Om Shakti brings Om Shanti. Now, what we can really do is our scriptures, Veda, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Gita, Puranas, Bhagavad, all you name anything. What they tell us, they give us technology, do it yourself technology. They say you have to do yourself. Krishna also told Arjuna, please do yourself. Of course, he didn't use the word please, but that is where. So this technology, do it yourself, is going to be absolutely necessary if we have to survive. Now, what we do in mandirs, essentially speaking, all of you will agree, or you may even disagree with me. I don't mind. I have visited mandirs right for many years, decades. So what we do is we go for bhakti, we do aarti, we do puja, we do cultural activities, spiritual activities, mantras, whatever all you do, right? But ultimately speaking, this bhakti is a social force. Bhakti is a shakti. If we cannot transfer our shakti of bhakti into shakti for Hindus, then it really doesn't serve our purpose. Now, you people must be playing chess, right? In the chess, there is a king. But the king needs to be protected. King needs to be protected, right? Without the king, everything goes away. So same way our mandirs, we need to protect our mandirs. We need to protect, preserve and promote our mandir. How we can do it? Very simple and easy. If we start donating at least 2% of our income, gross income to our mandirs, yeah, to our mandirs, then only we'll be able to do it. Next is, uh, I will have to say, we will tell you about what we do in my program at Mandir. My program at Mandir is such a different Mandir, very different. We do everything what all other Mandirs do. In addition to that, we do many things. Now, I will summarize. This is our Mandir in Irvine near Los Angeles is a Mandir owned by the devotees, managed by the devotees. There are no trustees and the donors do not interfere. We have 200 and over donor families. So we say mandir for the devotees, by the devotees, of the devotees. So a few programs I will just tell you summarily. I suppose it is there, right? Yeah, we do the 4th of celebration of 4th of July. We don't know what to do. 4th, 25th and 31st, so we do that. Quickly, next. You can see a wonderful family. How many you know there are 3 children in a Hindu family? I know that there are not many. We had 2,000 families. We searched out, we spotted. We could spot only 9. And we honored, how many? We honored 4 families because they could come. And we gave cash donation, cash check as an incentive of $101 plus other things. So I request to raise, if there is no Hindu children, nothing will happen. 1/3 of Hindu singles marry to non-Hindus. And what else? uh, Hindus after 2 point, our birth rate is less than 0 to 2. So if we don't have birth rate, there will be no Hindus at all. Then we honor our students by a certificate, honor everybody from first to this thing, so that there is an association is there. Generally, we honor about 100 students every year. Next. This is the certificate we issue, and it says unreal to real, darkness to light, and death to the knowledge of immortality. Next. And in this hall, everybody knows about Hindus, but outside, nobody knows about Hindus. Nobody knows our presence in the outside community, American community is very, very feeble. So we donated Encyclopedia of Hindus to 3 universities, which is 7,200 pages, 75 pounds, $1,000, 11 volumes. Yes, I know it. I will complete it. So this is very important, and we want to donate few more. And voting awareness. We do the voting awareness. There is no democracy if we don't vote. We will be in the menu. And last is, without Bharat Mata, there is no Hindus. So we do Bharat Mata Puja. So this is all what I want to say. And my last mantra is 1-800 be Hindu. And our ideals in our icons, murtis, they inspire us to aspire. Om Shakti, Dhanyavad. And this is the Hanumanji. Right? Hanumanji. The Mandir has issued 300 Hanumanjis, and we keep giving. Without Hanumanji, Bhagwan Ram had needed. And here is the Bhagwan Sri Ram we require here. This is a ball pen. This is required here in our heart. Right? So this I request. I have few things I can give it to somebody. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me thank all the panelists who have shared their knowledge, experience, and also passion and energy with all of us. And what a great way to start this conference. And I let us please join me in applauding, giving a round of applause to all the staff. Thank you all for joining this opening session, and we look forward to this conference. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Once again, thank you so much for this amazing session and all of these amazing panelists. This was a wonderful beginning to many informative and eye-opening sessions to come. Moving forward, for all who attended, the Mahakumbh was a truly extraordinary spiritual journey. We'd love to hear directly from a few participants about their experiences and the moments that inspired them. At this time, I'd like to call up to the stage one of our keynote speakers, Swami Swatmananda ji, one of our next generation leaders, Shri Ritvij ji Hole, and one of our Mandir executives, Srimati Vallabha ji Tantri.
Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Jai Shri Ram. Kumbh Mela. How many of people here did make it to the Mahakumbh Mela? Raise your hand. Okay, great. Now I have 5 minutes. So I was going to present just the experience, but I think most of you might be interested in the astrological reasoning as to why we have that. Is that correct? Yeah? Because, I mean, most of you know the information anyway. So I have an astrological background, Jyotish background, so I can probably delve into that a little bit more. Now, as you know, this was an event that took place after 144 years. Do you guys know why 140 years? Yeah. Hello? Yeah, way better. Okay, so 144 years. There are a number of configurations that the planets have to be in sync in a couple of ways. The first one is Jupiter travels around all of the signs. I suppose you all know that we have 12 signs, right? So Jupiter spends 1 year in each sign, and to do the full circle, it takes 12 years. This is when we have a Kumbh Mela. Now, when you make 12 times the circle, it is 144 years. So the significance of of Jupiter going 12 circles was very powerful because it actually activates a vortex of energy. Now, it's just not Jupiter itself. Sun and Moon also play a very important role. Jupiter had to be in Taurus for this particular Mahakumbh Mela. The Sun and Moon had to enter the sign of Makar or Capricorn. Now, when when this combination happens, this is when Kumbh Mela takes place. Now, the question is this superstitious? Or is there some science to it? I can tell you that there's a very deep science to it. As an engineer myself, I had to investigate to see how exactly this works. As you all know, according to our Sanatana Dharma, everything is connected. There's nothing that is not connected. So if you drop a rock in a pond, you see there are ripples throughout the lake. And that's exactly the same way it works with the entire universe. So astrology works because all of the planets are connected to all of us, and so we feel the vibrations of these planets. Now, our rishis were able to actually find out specifically how do these planets affect us. So when this combination takes place, this vortex of energy becomes super powerful. So there are two things. One, you have to look at space and time. So astrology gives us time. The other thing that we know is space. Space essentially means place. So the four places that are really powerful for such an event are Prayagraj, Haridwar, Ujjain, and Nasik. This is pretty much where the melas take place. It is said, now I don't know how true this is, but in the Puranas is where you find this information, that basically the Amritam that was brought up by Lord Dhanvantari during the churning of the ocean, those drops had fallen in one of those four cities or four places. And so this is essentially where it works. Now, the energy that we feel not only from the planet, we also have tremendous energy from the rivers. Now, we're not really looking at the rivers as the gross object. Okay, what we are doing when we worship rivers is that we are worshiping Lord Varuna, the subtle body, the Sukshma Sharira of the rivers. So those energies of the rivers, when they come together at a sangam, the potency of that energy is again super powerful. So based on all of these combinations, the rishis have told us that when you go to these places, there's profound impact on cleansing some of our, papams and some of the mindset of pursuing things that are not very useful for us. So that was the profoundness of all of these events. Now, I did go to it because it was something that happens only once in a lifetime, 144 years, the next time I'm not sure we'll be alive to attend to the next one, but it was incredibly powerful to go to that place and just see the humanity and the people that just embarked on this journey. The communal experience was so profound that you just feel that you're part of a greater universe with everybody there. And everybody was super nice. The most thing, as someone with a management background, I was incredibly impressed with the organization of the Uttarakhand government and how they set it all up. I'll be happy to talk more about it if you would like. Just catch me when I'm around for that. Om Tat Sat.
Namaskar Vebhya. You can all hear me okay? My pranams to all of the dharmacharyas, sadhakas, karyakartas who have all come to this conference. And I can use this clicker? Yeah. Yeah. And before I get started in sharing my Kumbh experience, I think it's probably best to give some background. I was not intending to actually go to a Kumbh. I only went to Bharat last year because I found a desire to study the Shastras arise within myself. And so instead of going north, I went deep down south into Kerala, where I studied under one Swami Chidandapuri. And after some very basic Shastra Abhyas was done, he told me that before you go back, he and some other dharmacharyas told me, you must go to a Kumbh. The reason being that in the Kumbh, people from all parts of India, no, not only India actually, because people from Tibet, Cambodia, Indonesia, all were coming. People from all parts of the world, every type of person in the world can be found in the Kumbh Mela. So it is a good place for you to go to understand, the Pravritti Marga, the Nivritti Marga, and see what you want to do with your own life. So I went to the Kumbh, and definitely all types of people were there, but we can maybe split them into two groups. One group was there that had very nice, very fine accommodations, Western toilets, they had cars to ride everywhere, boats to go to a sangam. And when they went, I saw a lot of them, they spent some time on sadhana, maybe 10%, 90% of the time with the Instagram reels. But they came. That was very good in of itself because now they're interested. But there was still, something missing there that you could find on the other side of the Kumbh. The side where people were, sleeping nicely on the sand, walking everywhere, getting in that crowd crush. And there what we found was the full Bhagavad Leela unveiling right before our eyes. We would get trapped in a crowd. The crowd would move this way, so we had to go this way because you couldn't really get out. And they would push us into some random ashram. In that ashram, you would meet a Swami. That Swami would tell you something that would completely change your perspective on the Kumbh. That type of thing did not happen on the other side. So there were pros and cons on both ways. Of course, when I say this, it completely contradicts the media narrative. According to a media narrative, you had a few VIPs, and the rest of us were all dying every second because we were getting trampled in this crowd crush or that crowd crush. I'll tell you, in these tents, we used to take these stories on our phones and we just laugh about them because of how ridiculous they were. Like 1,000 bodies, 10,000 bodies they would claim. We didn't even see one. The reality is that mistakes were made, right? I'll say that, what happened in Mauni Amavasya was very tragic and probably as a result of over control. But the government learned from that so quickly that within 3-4 days, what had happened was that when the next Shahi Snan came, complete change in approach had happened where the government basically said, listen, we're not going to try to control the crowds anymore. Then all of the choke points were gone. People were able to move freely. And no more crowd crushes happened. What government in the past can claim to have done something as good as this? In fact, I'll argue that the government went above and beyond in the way they managed the Kumbh. As someone born in the US, raised in the US, the filtered water that was there was a lifesaver for me. There were very clean facilities, and even within, the people, right? You'd have some bhandar happen, and a lot of folks would throw their plates, everything onto the ground. Within 5-10 minutes, the government employees would come, pick everything up, and it would look just as normal. Seriously, we need to give a round of applause to these sanitation workers. They were the greatest people in the Kumbh. My pranam to their seva. The only thing I have to ask is that while this was happening in the Kumbh, we were very tolerant of the fact that people were coming, maybe as tourists, right, to kind of, see things. I mean, I remember there was an incident where I was just walking and some Europeans were like, oh, look, there's a lone Hindu monk. I'm not a monk, by the way, but dhoti, so they thought I was a monk. There's a lone Hindu monk. Let's take a picture. So they began crowding around me to take the picture. I switch it to my full American accent. I go, why do you want to take a picture? And they say, oh shit, he speaks English. Run! You had people like that, people that were coming, throwing their, litter, garbage and everything, and we were tolerating it. All I have to ask is that these people were coming, claiming to, respect the Ganga, claiming to be here on this Pavan Dharti, and they were acting like this. The government cannot just come and clean up everyone's mistakes. Some level of discipline has to be there in our people as well. Now, the reason I bring all of this up is because when I came out of the Kumbh, I heard two narratives, right? I was in Kumbh for the entire month, so I was kind of trapped off from what was going on outside. When I came out, I was hearing two things. One, people were telling me that, Congresses and all, oh, it was all commercial, everyone was there because of FOMO, Kumbh was terrible. I'm like, bhai, main wahan pe tha, it wasn't that bad. And the other group that was there was saying that it was, huge success, this sign that everyone is moving towards Dharma, Ram Rajya is coming, which may be true potentially. Yes, numerous instances of divinity were there at the Kumbh. I'm sure that anyone that went to the Kumbh can attest to that. But at the same time, there's a lot of progress to be made. What we have now because of the Kumbh and because of the modern technology is people are interested and people now want to learn more. It is up to us to take this interest and use it to lead these people towards Dharma. If we can do that, then our success from this one Kumbh will increase 144-fold. Dhanyavad and Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you, Ritvij, for that wonderful narration. My Kumbh experience, I will be talking as a temple executive who has gone to the Kumbh. So it all began, I think, in December when we got a letter to attend the VHP Board of Trustees meeting. And I was very naive. I saw that and I'm like, okay, why are they having it in Prayag this year? And lo and behold, the story unfolded because of Mahakumbh being there. So I immediately said, this is something I really wanted to go. Had so many narratives of Kumbh Mele mein bicharna by the Bollywood. So I just wanted to see what it is all about. So we booked the ticket and was one of the best experiences in my life. So I will just go through the story through the pictures. Sarva Siddhi Pradak Kumbha. So this was the government's slogan for the Mahakumbha. Of course, we were with the Parmarth Niketan Ashram, Sector 23, for people who have gone to the Mahakumbh. It was very close to the Triveni Sangam, did not have to go through a lot of rush, but watched the Triveni Sangam Aarti, did the dips. I was there for 6 days, so did the dips 4 days. I think, I really needed that cleansing, so just did that for 4 of the 6 days that I was there. Of course, was with my my folks from VHP America here. We see Tejal ji in the picture, her husband Amit Shah ji, Ajay Shah ji, who was a past president, Abhay Asthana ji, again the past president of VHP America, Srinivas ji, and Toral Mehta ji. So this was a great cherished moment for me. More of that, and we do have Mananiya Champat Rai ji also being part of that meeting, and this is the side board of trustees meeting that was going on in Prayagraj. For me, if you ask me, it was Triveni Sangam of relations. So for me, my childhood friends joined me there. I just dropped them a note saying, I'm coming to Mahakumbh, anybody wants to join, and 12 of them were there. I have no idea, and after the event was done, I was like, I don't know what I was thinking, inviting, as an NRI, inviting my local Bharatiya friends to Mahakumbh. I think it was Mahadeva carrying the entire session or entire visit on his shoulders. So I did get the matching t-shirts, tourist Kumbh to matching t-shirts, because I was a little worried if we lose each other in the melee of many other pilgrims. Did the temple tours, because the energy was divine, amazing energy all across. Again, there was this interesting concept of digital Kumbh, which the government had, and we had that. Of course, there was also event called Culture Kumbh at Parmarth Niketan, where all the the intellectuals working on Hindu Dharma, you name it, Shantanu Gupta ji or Shefali Vaidya ji, Nityananda Mishra ji, everybody was there, part of that. So it was like a Vichar Manthan, confluence of ideas, if you will, to strengthen the Hindu community. So that was the Culture Kumbh. And also the Kumbh, a small gift or kit from the government that was given to some of the attendees. I just wanted to show, no videos. Okay, I'll just try to play this one. Sohini, can you play the one with the sadhus? No, cannot be played. Okay. Okay, I had 3 videos there to show everything, but lucky for all the attendees, we will have dinner early. But I also had an opportunity to do the Pitru Shardha there. Very busy time during Mahakumbh, getting a priest there. and doing the Pitru Shraddha there at the banks of the Triveni Sangam. It was near to impossible, but I feel it was a sankalp of my Pitrus that they wanted the Shraddha there. So I did the Shraddha there, and took the picture with the priest who was kind enough to come there and help me with this. So as I said, the confluence of relations, I could go there, remember my Pitrus, share my bond with people who are friends right now, and people who were friends at one point in time in my life who are staying in Bharat. So that is the confluence of relations. For those who have not gone to the Kumbh, please do not despair, because I've personally felt after I went there all the way across the globe, Saraswati is Jnana, Ganga is Karma, and Yamuna Mata is Bhakti. So when you have Jnana, Bhakti, and Karma, confluence of all these three qualities, you will be having Mahakumbha every day. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for sharing your heartfelt experiences from the Pavitra Mahakumbh Mela. This was truly uplifting and inspiring for all of us. We will now conclude today's session with the Bhojan Mantra.
We'll all say it together. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Gantavyam Brahmakarma Samadhina. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all so much for attending today's session and for having both of us here today. Bhojan will now be served in the Sanskar Bhavan, which is the building to your right when you exit the hall. I'll pass it to Vallabhaji for further announcements.
Yeah, so we will be heading out for the entertainment, for just refreshing. There will be a dhol that is being played right now, just as a part of our HMEC, festivities. Just quick announcements for today and tomorrow. Right after the dinner is served, there will be some, the shuttle service will be there for the hotel to take you back safely to the hotel. Tomorrow morning, the program will start at 8:30. Mind you, the conference sessions start at 8:30. 7:30 to 8:30 is breakfast. And there will be shuttle service from 7 a.m. onwards from the hotel to come here to Ekta Mandir. So we have the transportation covered. Be here between 7:30 to 8:30 for the breakfast, and then the session starts from 8:30 onwards. And for most updated schedule, there is a QR code right in front of not every one, but on one table and at the registration desk. Please click that to get the most updated program schedule of what's going on. So it's going to be a very interesting session tomorrow. The youth are going to talk, the priests are going to talk, and we will be having music and dance gurus come and share their experiences also. So looking for a very insightful day tomorrow. Thank you all for coming. Dhanyavad.
And before you guys go out and enjoy the dhol, I wanted to tell you that this was the dhol band which performed at US presidential election, the inaugural presidential parade. So they went to Washington and played in the